Uh, 6.8 na nakalagay dito nga sa 2010 na SANN 6.8. So pagdating ng 2010, ang linagay, diniklara na 2010, pero hindi linagay 14.5, kung hindi 6.8.
Hindi po nilagay yung acquisition cost at
Yung fair market value.
Doon po sa fair market value naman, hindi po nilagay yung tamang fair market value.
So yung pinapakita ni Senator Recto, ang sinasabi niya, zonal
Yes, Your Honor.
valuation.
But under the guidelines, if I may explain, Your Honor.
Teka muna.
Apo. Apo.
Ang zonal valuation, nakalagay dito 6.8. Yun ang diniklara. Pero ang nakalagay sa column, fair market value.
Opo.
May diferensya, ang pagkalam ko, may diferensya ang zonal valuation at may diferensya ang fair market value. Hindi po ba?
Tama po.
Tama. Ang diferensya nun, yung zonal, ay ang listahan ng presyo na binibigay ng BIR sa isang property para pag-compute ng mga capital gains tax. Hindi po ba?
Tama po.
So, hindi pa rin akma na yung zonal ay hindi fair market value. Hindi po ba?
Tama po.
Ano bang ebidensya ng fair market value?
Your Honor, in the 1994 SALN of Chief Justice.
Normally, among us
Yes, Your
lawyers, what evidence do we need to determine fair market value?
Your Honor, as defined in the guidelines, it means actual value, that is the fair value of the property as between one who wants to purchase it and one who wants to sell it. So actually, kaya po namin tinatanong yung testigo tungkol sa normal selling price because we believe that this is a consideration in determining the actual fair market value. We have to know the price at which MegaWorld is normally willing to sell the property. Yun po yung connection that we were trying to show, Your Honor.
Mr. President, Senator Villar.
The gentleman from Las Piñas, he can help us in this because he is in this field.
Hindi naman po, mahal na Pangulo. Ako po ay gusto ko lang bigyan ng konting kaliwanagan. Iba-iba ho ang policy ng mga developer dyan sa condominium. At marami mga circumstances po yan. Meron pong mga naghahabol ng benta, wika nga pag year-end na malalaki discount. Meron namang namumblema. At meron namang mga tama yun kung inabot ng bagyo, nasira. Talagang mga special na presyo na yan. At normally, maraming flexibility po ang mga manager dyan. Wala sila yung mga hanggang 10% ka lang. Merong flexibility sila. Babanggitin ko po at siguro ito na lamang example ko ang aking kontribusyon sa diskusyon na ito. Noong Disyembre po, kung nagbabasa kayo ng sa mga nagbabasa po ng mga dyaryo, at siguro milyon-milyon po nakabasa nito, isang malaking developer po ang nag-offer ng 40% discount to anybody, to everybody. Iyan po ay hanapin niyo po yung mga dyaryo noong Disyembre at makikita po niyo yun, 2 pages po yun, 40% discount to everybody sa condominium, lahat na units nila. Alam niya ng ating witness yun. Kung ano, subalit, yun lamang po ang aking contribution dito. Na ang masasabi ko lamang po, napakaraming factors that govern pricing. Hindi po simple yan. Hindi yung puhunan lang, hindi yung binagyo lang, minsan yung pangangailangan. For example, kung 2007, maaaring katatapos natin ng world crisis noon, medyo mahirap ang bentahan, agresibo po yan. pagka 2010 na medyo boom, halimbawa, mahihirapan kayo kumuha ng malaking discount. Dahil dyan, minsan pipila pa kayo. Pero pagka naman may isang developer gusto mag-agresibo, depende po yan sa programa nila. Kamukha nung isa nga ay tama naman policy. Hindi ko sinasabing maling policy. Kung gusto nilang mag-dominate ng market, malaki market share, 40% discount, open to everybody. Yun lang. Hanapin po niyo sa December.
Mr. President, Mr. President, may we urge...
The floor leader.
Yes, may we urge Senator Villar to disclose the name. Total, matindi ang plugging ng Villaggio. Sobrang plugging ng Villaggio.
Sabagay, alam naman natin na isang napakagaling na developer at hinahanga akong developer, ang SMDC ay nag-announce niya.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Escudero, then Senator Lacson, Mr. President.
Senator Escudero.
Mr. President, before I ask a couple of questions of the witness, may I raise a procedural matter? Mr. President, earlier, Senators Osmeña and Pangilinan asked that a subpoena be issued or documents to be produced by the witness. Mr. President, unlike a congressional or Senate inquiry, the parties should be the ones to ask for it, because otherwise, how would we be able to identify this document and how would this be offered as proof later on after the trial? So perhaps the prosecution should take this in advisement if they will consider the request for the issuance of a subpoena, because I doubt if the court can ask for the issuance of a subpoena sans a request by the parties.
With the indulgence of the court, the members of the court, ours is to receive the evidence from the prosecution and as well as from the defense. So that's why I asked the question whether the witness, being a witness of the prosecution, would voluntarily submit the requested document. Now, if he will not, then of course we will issue the subpoena upon request of the interested party. We are not supposed to produce evidence for either side.
Thank you, Mr. President, for that clarification.
Unless of course, a member of this court would like to satisfy himself that to test the credibility of the witness, that is for his personal use. And in my opinion, there's no prohibition in the rules for him to request that a compulsory process be issued.
For his
the gentleman from Pampanga.
Yes,
with the permission of the gentleman who has the floor.
Yes, with the permission of Senator
I yield, Mr. President.
Well, I think the good presiding officer already manifested that at some point the senator judges may, and so therefore I will submit to the and concur with the observation.
A member of the court has requested that a compulsory process be issued against the witness, and that is a request by a member of this court. The presiding officer has to respect it, because he might want to use it for his information or for purposes of challenging, confronting the witness to whom a question was addressed by him. So we will allow the witness to produce the required document by the distinguished senator from Cebu, and if he does not, then upon his request, the presiding officer will be compelled to pro forma issue the compulsory process.
And Mr. President, just one more point. We also requested for the engineer's report. Apart from the request of Senator Osmeña, this representation likewise requested that the engineer's report be submitted.
Engineer's report?
As to the damage to that unit.
To whom shall we address that?
The witness earlier manifested that he will try and secure that report.
Do you know the engineer's report? Do you know, are you part of the engineering department of Megaworld?
No, sir, I am not.
So who will be in possession?
I will make some inquiries, sir.
Who will be in possession of engineering report on any question regarding the structure, damage, or deficiency in the structure